We all thought that with the emergence of new technologies, many of the questions that the world of the paranormal offered would be clarified. However, the effect has been exactly the opposite, since every day there are more and more videos that come into my possession, extraordinary experiences that more than clarify, generate an immense sea of doubts. That is why in this investigation, I will bring you 3 examples of this. People who still cannot believe what they lived, but who left their experiences immortalized in shocking footage that you will have the privilege of seeing today. So prepare yourself well, because these stories will surely never leave your memory. My name is Leonor Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present 3 terrifying videos that will leave you with no explanation. Much of the videos you are about to watch were sent to me by my audience. If you know or own paranormal material that you would like for me to see, do not hesitate to send them to the email you now see on screen. And if you like my content, do not forget to activate the bell to not miss any of my updates. Without more, let's begin. Number 3. The video that welcomes us to this top was sent by a faithful subscriber of the channel, who did not hesitate to share with us the shocking encounter that one of his cousins experienced. Reynaldo says that she is from Venezuela, and that she is currently living in another country. In the image, you can see her, happy in her home, while recording this to later upload it to her status on the WhatsApp. At the time of making of this recording, she was absolutely alone at home, so she still can't explain what you'll see next. Reynaldo says that after seeing it, the girl did not immediately upload it to her WhatsApp and only managed to leave her home quickly. So far, she does not understand how it is that right behind her right shoulder, a small hand similar to that of a child or even that of a baby peeks in front of the image. Something impossible, since, as I repeat, at the time of the recording, she was alone at home. However, in my eagerness to investigate on the internet, I found something that could somehow be related to this footage. In the early hours of June 18th, 1991, one of the most violent disasters that are remembered hit the city, the product of a surprising and unusual torrential rain. A flood of water, mud, and debris descended through the nearby hills, literally sweeping several sectors of the city. The result of that event was really disastrous. 92 fatalities and 16 missing, among whom were elderly, adults, and unfortunately, many children. Children who in some cases were never found. Will this record be concrete evidence that spirits of these victims still remain in place? Tell me what you think. Number 2. The record that occupies this position came into my power thanks to a person who from Latin America sends us an impressive footage that was captured, according to him, in one of the darkest places in his native country, Costa Rica. For decades, in Costa Rica, dark stories have been woven about the so-called Duran Sanatorium, a medical enclosure that was once a hospital that treated patients with tuberculosis, leprosy, and other terrible diseases. However, after their abandonment, the stories about clinical reports and health conditions of the patients gave way to stories about sinister and prohibited procedures that more than cure them, provoked in people an intense sorrow. Things that are believed gave rise to frightening demonstrations. Screams in the middle of the night, groans, and blows that nurses claim to receive. Same demonstrations that keep the locals as far away as possible from this place. All this had been kept in just stories. Simple stories that from words of mouth ran to the ears of a couple who wanted to experience in their own flesh how it would feel to travel its abandoned halls. It was more than 2 hours, the amount of time recorded by the couple. The walk had passed without major surprises, until the man caught something that until today lies without an explanation.
Seguro vos tenés sombra de monja, ¿ja? Wow.
Venga, hay algo atrás suyo. Venga, hay algo atrás suyo.
In her email, Isra says that at the time of the recording, the couple was absolutely alone there, so they do not know what the camera captured. While the image is not entirely clear, if you pay attention you could realize that this figure seems to have a dress that resembles the uniforms that the nurses wore in those years, or at least, that is the impression it personally gives me at first sight. Do you think it is just an error of perspective? Or are we being privileged witnesses of the incredible stories that people mention regarding this place? Number 1. And the video that closes this top is one of those that show us that exposure to paranormal phenomena could be much closer than we thought. What you see in the image corresponds to a monitor of security cameras located in a medical center. The officials who had been on duty on that occasion were already aware that strange phenomena were occurring there, so they were already attentive to what those cameras could show. However, they never imagined that those manifestations would occur literally in front of their eyes. Pay attention. They could not believe that that wheelchair moved without explanation, and so aggressively, being just in the next room that they were in. So much so, that the same man who carried the camera went to the room to confirm what was observed on the monitor. However, and even if you find it hard to believe, the most shocking thing was not the inexplicable movement of the chair, but it was that man who shows himself briefly in the video. The officials say that there were always 2 people who were located there at the time. That man who lets himself be seen there was never present with them. They asked other officials if anyone knew him, but nothing. Until today, nobody knows who he is. Could it have something to do with the impossible movement of the chair? Tell me what you think, because this video has already come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.